Chairman, let's have a review of Saturday overall. A crowd coming into Field Mill of 7,261, way exceeding expectations set by most. Overall, the scheme which you implemented was a huge success, do you feel?
Oh, fantastic. As we were saying if we could get up to around about 5,000, we think it would have been a success, but for the people of Mansfield to actually engage in something that we put out there, took the barriers away and make the donation just come into the ground was, it blew our minds. I just knew at 12:30 when there's quite a lot of people milling around to start with, thinking this could be probably busier than we ever thought it was going to be, and then by 1 o'clock they were queuing at the turnstiles.
Most people are asking today, how much money did we take at the turnstiles?
Well, that is something we keep it to ourselves. For the time being, we're actually analysing every area of income that happened on that day, from programmes to the beverages, into the Sandy Pate bar as well. So we're looking at that, but at the moment, the success of the day was geared around one thing, and one thing only for us at the time that we was doing the initiative, and that was, will the people of Mansfield actually come to Field Mill? And they did, and we see that as being a huge success.
Because spectators could donate anything to come and see the match, do you anticipate that the gate receipts will be more than normal or less than normal?
Well, I think rule of thumb with 2.5 times what you'd normally, well, not quite 2.5 times the amount of people come in, you would have thought that it would be above and beyond that. But like I say, it's not something I really want to focus on. It is a case of, did the initiative that we wanted to do, no matter what the press have been talking about, we're going to make more money or aren't we? At no point did we say it was a money-making exercise, this particular exercise. It was all about initiative to come and support the players out on the pitch and fight for promotion. And they certainly played their part anyway.
I suppose the monetary side of things, though, is something that certainly gained a lot of interest, like you say, not only from the press, but I'm presuming from your other chairmen across the land. Have they been in contact with you? Yeah,
most definitely. I had a lot of texts on that night and over yesterday and today. It's the people are still phoning, it's still coming through. But at the end of the day, I said to them all, you need to try it yourself, see if it'll work. we're not giving them any leeway into it.
It must have been a day overall, though, of mixed emotions for you.
For everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody. Yeah.
On one side of the coin, great crowd, great atmosphere, really built up, but the actual main show didn't live up to the billing.
No, it didn't. It is a disappointment, and I think everybody involved realises, they have let themselves down on the day. There was a platform there to perform. There was a platform there to catapult themselves, as well as the revenue at the amount of people coming into the ground to a next level for the next foreseeable lot of home games. And though there's two rules of thumb, we've had some excellent emails from people just actually saying what a fantastic day. No matter what happened, we haven't been here for a long time. Pity about the result, but we're looking forward to coming back because we felt it was, we enjoyed the day. And then there's obviously people just gearing it around one thing only, as most football supporters and fans do. And that is, no matter what was the result, and we didn't get the result, unfortunately.
As we know, kick-off was delayed by about 15 to 20 minutes on Saturday. So were fans actually turned away from Field Mill?
They were right at the very end of, when the kick-off, I think about 5 minutes into kick-off, the North Stand was finally shut. One of the issues was we couldn't get the Gateshead fans over far enough in the short amount of time. But I'll say we, I was the safety team. But prior to the game, as the game was going off, there were lots of queues happening about 1 o'clock, as I said previously. And so the West Stand upper shut, then the Quarry Lane shut, and then the decision was to open the North Stand, so people were moved around to there. And then at some point, through the safety advisory group, were actually here on the day monitoring how everything went, and there was a decision to be made there, saying that they felt that there was enough people within the areas, so they shut it.
It begs the question, though, doesn't it? If the attendance was 7,261, we've got a capacity here now of 9,300. Still plenty of seats left. So why were actually people turned away?
Yeah, I mean, some of the issues come from having we look after the season ticket holders. They put their money where their mouth is at the start of the season. So, for instance, say the Upper West held 1,000, and there's 500 season ticket holders. You would only let 500 in, no matter if the season ticket holder turned up or not. You don't know if they're going to turn up at 1 minute past 3, 10 past 3, quarter past 3. We have to leave that open. So that was shut. Then it came obviously into the Quarry Lane, which exactly the same thing happened there. They made a judgment on. They ran over on the season ticket numbers in the Quarry Lane end as well. So we actually ate into some of the season ticket holder seats there, unfortunately, because of the large queues. But they did leave some back. When kick-off did happen, everybody sat down. They could see a lot better the amount of spare seats there was. So they did reopen Quarry Lane and some of the West Stand to let more people in. So there was quite a few hundred more came back in just after the kick-off as well. But also problems that we had where people were turning up at, say, 2:45 and 10 to 3, families of 3, 4 and 5, and the seats that you do see around the ground are isolated single seats or possibly twos, and people weren't, they were saying, can we sit together? And they were saying, well, possibly not. So people were, decided not to actually come into the ground on the basis of that as well.
Because home fans were hosted, or some of the home fans were hosted in the North Stand ultimately, which is of course a stand meant to be for away fans only, could we get into trouble for that?
No, it was all done in the correct manner, and also with the Safety Advisory Group being here and with the police being obviously in attendance, it was all discussed very quickly, and they thought it was for the best thing. So, there were no problems there. We didn't, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any issues actually on the day that happened, not being reported as of yet anyway. And hopefully that may continue at some point as well. We don't want trouble in football, but also it's still farcical at times that we have to accommodate 70 fans and still have problems putting our own fans in there. But that's a different story.
Any other problems encountered on the day?
Nothing's been brought to light. I think we've debriefed this morning. We've had a look at the whole thing. I think taken back by the support of the town completely. Was organised. It could have been organised slightly better in other ways.
How?
I think the season ticket, having such a large amount of season ticket holders, we have to leave their seats open. Possibly if we did this initiative again, we'd probably like to know more in advance if the season ticket holder was actually attending the game possibly, or we do actually take the voucher on the turnstile for the season ticket holder, so we can actually somehow judge how many season ticket holders are already in the ground. It sounds like I'm blaming season ticket holders for being our loyal fans sort of thing, and that's far from it. It's just the logistics. It can be quite difficult at times when you don't know. If people are saying 9,000 turning up no matter what, be 9,000 seats, you'd sort it, but we certainly didn't know this was going to happen on the day.
What other lessons have you learned?
Well, I think in general the whole day went very well. Programmes, we didn't, there was nobody asking for programmes that didn't get programmes. We've checked with that. The beverages, we've not had anybody come by. I'm saying this now I'll no doubt be flooded with issues with the food and beverage as well now, but we've not had any feedback on that. The feedback that we had, that everybody in general enjoyed the way the day was done, engaging. I think the family stand was one of the things that's come up now, because we have mixed areas completely now. We did away in a way with the family stand where everybody can sit even this season, but when you do get larger numbers of people with families, you do get a mixed set of people together, and some of the families was a bit off-putting by some of the language at times, but I always said football's a strange arena. You get a very educated guy who comes into a football stadium, loses that type of standards in education sometimes, and goes full out into emotionally supporting the football team, and the expletives come out, and also you get young lads coming into football that lose all their social skills skills, and they're effing and blinding as well. It is a very difficult. We don't condone obviously abusive language, but we know the odd extremity does come out, certainly from the director's box now. Yeah.